Hello everyone, welcome. Peace be with you. Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back everybody to school at St Barnabas. The teachers, Mrs. Fisher and I, we are so pleased to have everyone back. I don't know if you've managed to count, but it's been 11 weeks, 79 days since some of you came into school to learn. 79 days. That is a long time. That is, for those who know their percentages, it's 20% of a year. As a fraction, 1/5. A long, long time. So when we last came in, we just said happy birthday to Miss Goodman because it was her 75th birthday. We were just coming up to, we were just starting the holiday, the Christmas New Year holiday. So some people were really looking forward to Christmas. I think everyone was looking forward to a rest. And we expected to be all back in school on Wednesday, the 5th of January. And here we are over 2 months later. Mrs. Fisher and I and all your teachers, we've been so proud of the way you've learned at home. Those of you who've been learning at home, your use of Google Classroom has been great. We hope you'll continue to use the laptops and Chromebooks that we've given you. They'll stay at your home while you're at our school. They're there for you to use for your learning. You may well submit learning to your teachers still, because they'll probably set you home learning that you can complete on the laptops. You may even want to send in some of the amazing things that you've been doing on your own at home. We know some people are doing some fantastic things, some coding and other projects that they've just that they run themselves. So do use that technology. Remember that we can see everything you do. It's for you, it's not for your older brothers and sisters. I think that's one of the main things. If it doesn't work, please make sure you tell your teacher, because if the machine's not working, we can change the machine and get it repaired. If your login isn't working, we can make sure that your login gets sorted. So please don't let your machine stop working. We've got things like the ebooks, which we want you to read. So keep using those machines, keep learning with them. And remember that any learning you do at school, you can see at home, and any learning you do at home on the G Suite, if you put it in the right place, you should be able to see it in school. I don't come into school on Mondays, and you know that. I wish I did, but I will see you on Thursday. And you'll see something. You'll see that the teachers, Mrs. Fisher and I, when we go onto the playground, if you haven't been here, you'll see that we all wear masks when we come on. And it makes it harder for you to see what we're feeling, is what I think. You might hear in the sound of our voice how pleased we are to see you. I hope that's what you can hear in my voice. But it is harder to know what people are feeling. And I suppose what the question that I started to think was a question to ask is, can you tell how somebody's feeling just by looking in their eyes? Can you tell how somebody's feeling just by looking in their eyes? So I'm going to thought we'd have a bit of a game, okay? I'm going to try and express a feeling just with my eyes. You won't be able to see my mouth. I'm not going to say anything. So you won't be able to see the shape of my mouth. You'll only see my eyes. So what I want you to do, I've taken my glasses off because I think with my glasses on, because there's a glare off the screen, you won't be able to see anything. So anyway, let's have a go. Here's the first one. Your teachers might want to stop after I've done it and see if you can, what am I trying to express? What feeling am I trying to express? Okay. So I don't know what your ideas you had when you stopped the film. But that was me trying to tell you that I was surprised. That was me trying to tell you that I was surprised. Okay, so let's try another one. So I'd be really interested to know what you thought. But if the mask wasn't here, you'd see that I had a broad smile on my face, and that was me trying to do happy. But actually, I don't know how easy that was, because it wasn't, my eyes didn't move hugely, but I had a big smile under the mask. So I'd be really interested to know whether you knew how I was feeling there. Okay, gonna try another one. I hope you managed to stop the film and have a bit of a chat about what you thought you saw. So through my eyes, I was trying to tell you that I felt scared. So that was me trying to communicate that I was scared through my eyes. Okay. Well, I don't know. I guess until you've all talked about it, I'm gonna suggest. Oh, lost my hearing aid there. I'm going to suggest it's more tricky. It's more tricky at the moment to know just how people are feeling, particularly when they're wearing masks. And it kind of got me thinking about that Shine Kind rule, because over my shoulder, I've got the new poster for Shine Kind, Shine Safe, Shine Respect. And I know you're going to see that all around the school, that poster. You should be able to see it now in your classroom. And when you're wearing a mask, how do you show someone that you're being kind to them? Can you show that in your eyes? And yeah, how do we tell someone about that kindness? We know perhaps inside us when we know we're being kind, but how do we tell the other person? How do we communicate that kindness to them? And to mask make that more difficult. My last collective worship, which wasn't last week, but was the first week of term, I reminded you that our value of the term is justice, and I made the connection between justice and fairness. And I looked in the dictionary, and it's on the display actually, the values display just outside Mrs. Fisher and my office. And the dictionary definition of justice is fairness in the way that people are treated. Justice is fairness in the way that people are treated. And I said in that first collective worship that I see a big connection between kindness, that rule that we have, shine kind, and fairness, because how people are treated, kindness is a big part of that. And it got me thinking about my big question, which is, without being kind to people, can we be fair to them? So my question, and I want you to talk about this in the class worship that you have later in the week, without being kind to people, can we be fair to them? And then I suppose the other side of that is, without being kind to people, can they be fair to us? Without being kind to people, can they be fair to us? Isn't kindness an important part of allowing fairness to happen? So my questions, I'm going to say them again for class worship. Without being kind to people, can we be fair to them? And without being kind to people, can they be fair to us? And the point really for me, in terms of trying to see if you could tell what I was feeling when I wore the mask, is that sometimes it's hard to read people's feelings. It's very hard when they're wearing a mask, I think. You may have been really good at it, and you may have known exactly what feeling I was trying to tell you while I wore the mask. But I would suggest it's not easy. I don't think it was easy. I particularly happy. I wasn't sure that you were going to know that I was trying to tell you I was happy. Now, as you go through this first week, all of you back in school, it's going to be a big change. I mean, some of you have not been here for 20% of a year. A lot, 79 days. And you're going to keep asking, I think you're going to have to keep asking yourself whether you're being kind, whether you're being kind to yourself, because sometimes some bits of school might be quite tricky, and also whether you're being kind to other people. So I'm asking you to shine kind, to really think about that. Shine kind to yourself, because you're going to get tired. There are new rules. We're doing things very much the way we were doing them before this lockdown. So it shouldn't feel too difficult, but it's just been a very long time since you were here. And I want you to ask yourself, are you keeping that shine kind rule? I want you to ask yourself all the way through the week. And how will you show other people that you're keeping that shine kind rule? I hope you find in your discussion about those key questions, without being kind to people, can we be fair to them? And without being kind to people, can they be fair to us? I'm hoping in that discussion you can also explore the different ways that you can be kind to each other this week. Because if we can tell people how we feel just with our eyes, there must be loads of ways to tell people that we're kind, I guess. That's what I'm suggesting. If you could guess any of my feelings from just my eyes, then there must be a lot of ways to tell people that we're kind. I'm going to invite you to join me in prayer, either show respect to that, or if you want at the end of the prayer, you might want to say, Amen, Amen. Mrs. Fisher reminded us we have a school prayer, and I thought I'd read the school prayer again, because I love it. It's St. Barnabas' prayer. Dear God, thank you for making our school like a home to every shining star. Thank you for our friends, and like St. Barnabas, please help us to encourage one another to shine in all we do. May respect, trust, justice, peace, unity, and friendship live in our hearts as we grow together. Amen. Amen.